Welcome back, Queens and Kings, and thank you guys so much for watching as well as returning. Now, I know you guys wondering, like, Val, what is this? Why are you showing us this beautiful, gorgeous bling pumpkin? All because I was totally inspired by this pumpkin here, which I got it from last year from Ross, which I still do love it to this day, though. But I wanted to create this image in a form of a wreath, which I was like, I wonder can I do this with the items that I purchased from the Dollar Tree, which I came up with this gorgeous bling wreath here. If you all would like to see how I created, then please continue to watch. Hey, Queens and Kings. Okay, Queens and Kings, before we move on to making the wreath itself, we're going to try to attempt to make a gorgeous fluffy bow, which my sister at Kenya's Decor Corner actually uploaded a video giving the detail of how to make a bow. A simple bow, but to me, it still seemed like it was difficult as me doing it. So here, as you guys can see, I have different ribbons already pre-cut to size and different styles that I want, but all this ribbon is a wire ribbon. So what I am doing for the first part of the ribbon is basically I'm picking the ribbon up by the middle and I will pinch and turn. And I will continue stacking them up on top of each other. So all the loops pointing towards the left and all the tails pointing towards the right, if that makes sense. Okay, Queens and Kings, so now we're going to do the second portion of this bow. And as you guys can see, I am pointing all the loops towards the right end and all the tails towards the left end of my hand. And I'm going to continue picking them up by the middle and pinch and turn. I will do each ribbon that I have cut down to size like that until we all get them together. Okay, so once we get them all the ribbons together, we're gonna take that little black Chanel wire and we're gonna pin that, wrap around the middle to secure the ribbons all together. Now you're gonna tie it very tightly because you don't want the ribbons to slide or move once you have them in place. Okay, so here I'm going to take another little step extra where I'm going to use another piece of ribbon that I have already cut down to size that I had a while, but it is not wire. So therefore, that's why I'm actually going to place this one end in the front of it and one end in the back of this bow here. So therefore, I can still have the pattern going on where I have the loops to the left and loops to the right. So once I continue doing that, I'm just going to secure with the rest of the Chanel wire to hold that in place, and then we're going to start forming and shaping the bow. Now as you guys can see here, I'm pulling the tails down to towards the bottom of the ribbon and the loops up to the top of the ribbon, but you can just have some loops to the top and have some loops to the bottom. It's all up to your preference how you play with it and style it and wherever you're going to place it at. So I am actually enjoying this. I love the way that it's actually turning out so far. So shout out to you, sir, Kenya at Kenya's Decor Corner for actually putting up this video. So as you guys can see now, I'm actually going to cut the tails and basically make a split or a V at the end of each one of the tails, where you will fold it in half and you will cut it at an angle like a triangle. And I'm going to continue doing that till I do each one of the tails. Okay, so now we're going to move on to making our bling wreath. And as you guys can see, I have two of these wire pumpkin shape wreath makers from the Dollar Tree, the wire cutter, twine, and hot glue gun and glue sticks. Why I have wire cutters, I have no idea. Just that fast I had lost the scissors. But what I'm going to do is overlap the pumpkin wires wreath on top of each other, and I'm basically going to place glue down. And once I get through placing the glue, wherever I place glue at, that's where I'm going to cut a piece of the twine and I'm going to twist it and wrap it around to secure it. So therefore it doesn't come loose, because remember, this is hot glue and a wire. So eventually it will all fall apart if you don't secure it. So I'm going to continue doing that. Okay, so after I cut the wire, the twine, you see I placed some hot glue on it just to actually give it some extra support. So this is how it's looking so far, and now I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to actually spray paint it silver. Now you can spray paint it whatever color you desire, and this is the spray paint that I did use, and this is how it looked. I used the Rust-Oleum spray paint from Walmart. It's supposed to be like a fast finish or whatever, but I still had some area where it wasn't as fast finish. It wasn't dry. It still was a little damp, as you guys can see. I'm showing you now on my thumb, but I still love the way that it turned out. So now I'm going to use these little decorative accent gems that I had got from Old Time Pottery, but you can find them at any craft store. These here have different sizes, and a small size and a large one, which I'm actually going to use the larger size here. And as you guys can see, I do have some that is glued together because I actually got these from another project because I felt like I wasn't going to have enough to form the wreath. Now, what I am doing is actually by the wreath are overlapping each other, I'm using the wires to actually form where the bling is going to sit or lays. And right now I'm actually placing some of the hot glue on the bling and then place it on the wire, which that method did not work for me. The method that does work for me is basically placing some hot glue on the wires, then place the bling on top of it, which you guys will see me doing that pretty soon. Okay, Queens and Kings, so as you guys can see, the wires are all not apart like the first row is. Some of them is and some of them not, but you can actually spread them a little bit wider, so therefore your bling can fit in between. It's all up to you, but as you guys can see, I'm using bigger gems, and the reason why, because by these wreath forms are so big, so large, I felt like the bigger gems would actually fill up in some of the space. Now you can also use Dollar Tree bling that they have, but you know it's like a season or occasion, special occasion type things when they come out. But so that's why I advise you to go to any craft store, Hobby Lobbies, Michaels, or whatever, or Old Time Pottery, like I mentioned, to find these. So as you guys can see, this wire is not as wide, but I'm going to spread it just enough so therefore my bling can fit in there. And once again, I'm going to place some hot glue on each of the bling where not the bling, the wire, where the bling will actually touch or meet. And I'm going to continue doing that all the way down till I cannot do it anymore. Okay, Queens and Kings, so now that we have made it to the sides, now what I am going to tell you, ordinary for your bling to sit like this on the wire, you will have to lift one of the wires up so therefore the bling can sit on it, because if not, the wires basically sit on top of each other. So therefore you get this gap and you get the bling to fit in between it, you will have to lift one of the wires up. So we're just going to continue doing the same method. Like I said, this method here worked best for me, putting the glue on the wire and then you place the bling directly on top of it. Okay, Queens and Kings, so now that I have flipped the wreath over, all I'm doing now is doing some extra support, extra security, where I'm basically placing some more hot glue where the bling and the wires meet. So therefore I don't have to worry about them falling off or anything like that. And I am using the Gorilla glue sticks. I'm not using regular hot glue sticks. I'm using the Gorilla glue sticks. So therefore they have a stronger hold and they last longer. All right, Queens and Kings. So here is my gorgeous bling Halloween wreath. Like, ooh, like I live. Like, look how gorgeous the bow is. And you guys know I had to put a little bling up in there. Like, I love this. I love. It came out with just like the image that I had in my head when I seen these wire wreath forms pumpkins at the Dollar Tree, and then I imagine my bling pumpkin that I showed you guys earlier. Like, I love it. I love it. Look how the lights reflects off the bling. Look how it is flashing back off or reflecting off my door. I love it. And the bow just, thanks, Kenya. You didn't even not know that you was helping me, but you helped me. So thank you so much. I love the way how this look on my door, and I just have it hanging up from some more ribbon that I apply to the back of it just to hang it up. But I love it, Queens and Kings. You guys tell me what you all think. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, comment down below, share as well. If this is your first time stopping by the Glamorous Castle, because these are the types of DIYs that we do here and more other things. But I hope you guys actually consider to be a part and turn on your post notification bell so therefore you don't miss out on another video. But with that being said, Queens and Kings, happy Halloween. This is our first DIY for Halloween, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.